What up, though? Welcome back to the Beat Factory 313 World Stories podcast, and I'm your host, Juice. And I'm glad y'all tapped back in with me. I know it's been a minute, so thank you for still supporting our channel. And I got a classic for y'all. Y'all know I'm gonna get right to the world stories. But I went through a few surgeries and things, so that's why I had chilled off here. I just got my last surgery yesterday, so expect these world stories to be popping off every day and be tapping in and go check out the members only content so you don't miss no exclusives that ain't on the channel. You feel me? And give shout out to my co-host. Y'all check us out over there on the YouTube streets. And I like to give a shout out to my co-host over there. You know what I'm saying? You got Dog Face, the biggest voice in the city. You feel me? You got public figure Bougie, aka public figure Boogie. We got Baby Doll So Raw. Can't forget Sus. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go check out her channel, help boost her channel. And my guy Detroit Gossip. Go check out Detroit Gossip, help him boost his channel. And the one and only Henny, that girl Henny. Go check out Henny. She representing out of Yonkers in Florida. You know what I'm saying? She got some hell of a content. You ladies go check her out over there. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyway, something was brought to my attention the other day by one of my modders. You know, salute to you. He know who he is. If you know, you know. That a year or so back, you know, I used to do content on Vincent Smothers. You know what I'm saying? For those who don't know, Vincent Smothers was a hitman, a pronounced hitman out of Detroit, and he had chalked up a few hats. You feel me? And what he did to me that was honorable, you had the young guy that was arrested for 4 homicides that he did not do. You feel me? He was trying to prove his innocence. Devontae Sanford. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Devontae Sanford. He got his life together. Well, Vincent Smothers came about. They didn't even know he did these murders. They had him for about 8 to 12 other homicides that he confessed to. And he come out the blue and come and confess to these murders that only he knew the details by him doing it. He only knew the details in it. So it helped free Devontae Sanford a little earlier than expected when he was fighting for his freedom. But what was brought to my attention when I'm doing these shows, one of his mans called in and he got to telling me that, hold on, he ain't no honorable cat. That Vincent Smothers was telling on him and he was up on some charges for some homicides that Vincent Smothers was confessing to and implicating him as well. So I tell him, produce the source. You know, producer, come on here and show me what you got. He said he was going to do it. He never did it. So I hadn't thought no more into it until my moderator sent me something. And I want y'all to check this out. You know, I ain't went through all of it. I went through enough. Whereas I wanted to go through it with y'all and we go get some insight on this together. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about this. This is Hitman Vincent Smothers interrogation video. This breaking news to me. You feel me? This is Hitman Vincent Smothers interrogation. Him telling the police everything. Hold on. One second.
No, two.
Okay.
Two.
What kind?
AK-47 and a pistol.
You remember what caliber?
No, it's either a 9mm or a 40 cal.
Okay. Why did you kill him?
It was a contract kill
By who?
by Reno.
Reno?
Through Leon Payne.
Okay. You know why?
He had also had his brother killed sometime before that by me.
Okay.
And it was a drug beef.
Okay. Do you know any specifics about the drug beef?
No.
Okay. What was it he told you?
Well, Leno, I've never talked to him or met him, so he didn't tell me anything. But the go-between was Leon Payne.
Okay.
And what he told me was that, you know, I don't know his name. Can you repeat it?
Carl Thornton?
Carl. I think I might have had like a street name, but I don't know what it was. I just know him as 80.
Right there. Right there, he already dropping names off the dribble. You feel me? This what y'all gotta start wondering when your friends and stuff get caught on crimes. For one, you start doing your if you gonna be in a crime, it should let you know you need to do things yourself. You know what I'm saying? And everybody you think that's getting collecting hats, big step, or however you want to call them, they ain't solid. You know what I'm saying? Just because he'll take a life, that don't mean he ready to do that time for taking that life. So if you ain't ready to be locked up for the rest of your life, think about it before you squeeze that trigger off on somebody, or before you think about going to rob somebody, because you could turn the stick up into an ambulance pickup before you know it. You feel me? You can't say because you pull that burner out that's people gonna cooperate with you. You don't know how people gonna react to getting a gun pulled on them and you trying to take their belongings. Some people are willing to die for what they done gained. You feel me? But let me go back and let Vincent continue.
His brother. Um, they had words, and he was putting it out that Lionel had AD killed.
Okay.
And so it was to silence that.
I'm gonna show you a picture,
Okay.
and you let me know if this is the guy you remember shooting. Okay.
Yeah.
That's him?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
It's this one.
Okay. You came out of a vacant house and shot him?
Yes.
Okay. What was he in when you shot him?
Silver car, I believe it to be a Nissan.
Nissan? Okay. How did that go down? You said you came out the house?
The night before, I entered the house through the back door. It was boarded up in the front. Pulled the board off the door and then stood the board up so that way it would stay standing, leaning against the wall, leaning up like it was still nailed up.
Okay.
Waited on him to pull up. Once he pulled up, let him get out the vehicle. He was with a female. I pushed the board down, stepped onto it was like a pile of trash.
Okay.
That was right outside the door. Stepped up onto that and began firing with an AK-47.
How were you shooting? Were you shooting down? Were you shooting straight?
I was shooting pretty much down at him. Some of the rounds hit the top of the car. But, he's a big guy, but he was, walking away from the car. So, I was shooting down at him from where I was at.
Okay, were you trying to hit the girl too, or that's just something that happened?
No, I wasn't. I didn't even know she got hit.
Yeah. She's okay, but she got hit.
Pay attention to your surroundings when you come in to and fro your house. You feel me? Oh boy, whoever he may be, he wasn't paying attention to his surroundings the day before or the day of. You know what I'm saying? That he was able to come the day before and set up and have him area that assault him from, and he ain't paid attention. Then when he pull up, he got a chick with him, still not paying attention to that abandoned house. How you not paying attention to abandoned house? You know what I'm saying? Y'all off in these streets, y'all better keep your head on the swivel.
What'd you do afterwards?
After that, walked back through the house and out the back door, over 2 blocks into the vehicle that I brought over to that area and drove away.
Okay, what vehicle were you in?
I believe at that time I was in a rented minivan.
Okay. Did you spend the night in there waiting for him to come over there, or how did that happen?
Pretty much, it happened pretty late in the evening. At the time it was cold out, so it was dark early, so I was in that house. Since it probably first got dark around 5 or 6 o'clock until whatever time it was they pulled up.
Okay. So you say you set that up the night before so you could get in?
I set with the situation with the house up the night before.
Okay.
But I had been over in that area watching him, days prior to that.
Okay, so did your contact put you up on where it would be, or you just knew that because you killed his brother, Adrian, or AD?
I knew because, through that, and also, he said he'd be there. I mean, I knew he'd be there from, watching before, and also, he said that's where he'll be. And I knew that, I'm assuming the stepmother stayed a couple blocks over.
Now, I read one of your statements that you first gave, and I'll tell you, I looked at you, I mean, I'm listening to you talk, you sound like a real intelligent guy. And you are small built, and it allows you to get up on people, like you said, and that's really astounding. What do you have on your arms?
This is also,
When did you put that on?
in 99.
99?
Yep. This is wood. I got some tombstones. Rest in peace tattoo.
Hold that up again. That's the other one I want to talk to you about.
I wish.
I want to keep things separate, so I'm
Okay,
talking
all right.
about this, but I got your picture. I got one of your pictures.
And what do you mean, one of the pictures?
Well,
Oh, okay.
my partner got your friend's case,
Okay.
and I'll just show you the picture, and then we'll
Right.
move on with this one, and then we'll come back to that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Look like you should be in college, huh?
And I was just out of high school, getting ready to go to a party.
You sound real articulate.
He complimenting him, getting him softened up, making small talk with him, and he just feeding right into it. He comfortable with communicating with the officers of the law, but he swore by these gangster rules that he won't snitch and he won't bend or fold. And the first thing he do, he goes straight in there and he dives into ratting. You know what I'm saying? The streets is not what it is. You feel me? He killed all them people, and for what? To turn around and tell them the guys that contracted him, as well as the guys who assisted him in deleting individuals. You know what I'm saying? You took their lives. It was all for nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let him continue telling his tale. You know what I'm saying? But y'all better get thought that it's those who still playing in them streets. The streets ain't what it is. Get these young boys to check this out, them big steppers, them hat collectors. They need to see this, because this was one of them young guys that was putting in a lot of work out here. He even took contracts with Detroit police, you feel me? But let him continue.
Most of the people, or should I say a lot of people that we deal with, they do good to read. You actually read better than I do. Is this the house that you were at?
Yes, this is the house that he lived at, or he came to, often, every day, and this is the
That's the house you were.
I was in.
Okay. This vehicle?
Yes, that's the vehicle.
Okay. That's the side that you shot from?
This appears to be the driver's side, so I was shooting from above the
Down
passenger
across
side.
the top. How about that? That's a little bit better.
Right, so I was here, coming across.
Oh, okay, you're over here shooting out this way.
Right.
This is about what the inside looked like where you were waiting.
Yeah, there was trash everywhere.
Okay.
You know what? I wasn't by myself. Yeah.
Okay. Did you get a chance to look at the young lady that was with them?
No.
I mean, you've been talking to people, you've been cooperating your ass off, okay? And a little bit, the person that was with you, you trying not to implicate them?
You know what? Originally, that was, what I thought when I originally told you I was by myself, because I know everything that happened, and I can, exclude them, but they was involved in another incident with me, so they already in jail.
Who was that?
Macari Berry.
Macari.
Right. Ain't no sense in me not.
The dumb Macari, the one that was with your room, had you?
Yeah.
I went there. Yeah, I went there. I mean, it sounds like you got a conscience.
Yeah.
You seem to be real professional. I mean, you plan things out and you follow through. And it seems like you don't want nobody hurt that ain't involved.
That's true.
And you take a fool with you who,
You a fool. Yep.
how good are your writing skills?
Feel good.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you an opportunity to write out how this happened.
Okay.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and ask you a couple questions as it pertains to what you wrote. Okay.
Do you want me to start from being hired the night of the shooting?
No, I'll ask you that. Start from the night of the shooting.
Okay.
No, well, actually, let's start from being hired.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna pause it right there. How they can't believe him, how detailed he is. How they can't believe him, how detailed he is with the situation. You feel me? Because they did forensics, and so they go match the forensics with what he telling them know and match it all up and know they talking to the man they looking for. And he's voluntarily, you should have stuck to what you said, man. You feel me? You wouldn't go tell on nobody but yourself. You feel me? What part of the game is this? Telling y'all the streets ain't what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then look what they do. They put this interrogation video out. You know what I'm saying? So we'll know what we dealing with. So you better take heed to what they giving you and stop being naive. Like you could tell any story or tell them anything and they just go with it. They not when you got your co-defendant, your Rappy, your Mallow, your gang in there telling them and getting them complete detail, blow for blow, how it all started and led up to the body. You feel me? Let them continue.
This is Lakari.
I believe that's not true. Yeah.
How old is Lakari?
I believe him to be either my age or a year older.
Where's she live?
On Lake Point.
Father.
Off of Houston Whittier.
What's she in jail for?
Another contract kill that we were involved in.
Where at?
On Gravier.
What year was that?
2007.
Who is it that paid you your money for this contract?
I received the cash from Leon Payne.
From the okay.
And understood it to be from Leno.
Pardon?
And understood it to be from Leno.
That was $5,000.
$5,000 cash.
What happened to the guns?
The AK-47 is, or was, I don't know if it's in evidence, but I still had it in my possession.
Okay. Where was that last? Yeah.
Well, when I found out that I had the warrant, I had my wife take it, because I was out of town on Promenade.
You know whose place that was or what that was to?
That was Nemo's cousin's house.
Who's Nemo?
Ernest Davis,
How old is he?
27.
Black male?
Yeah. Around 27. Not sure when his birthday is. He might be 26.
Who's his cousin? You know his name?
It's a chick. I'm not certain of her name. If I think about it, I remember, but
Have you met her?
yeah.
Describe her.
Black, female, chunky, short hair.
When you say shorter, but how tall?
Maybe 5'6", 6'7", maybe a little shorter.
How old?
Mid-30s.
What's her complexion?
Brown skin.
Darker than me, lighter than me?
She's lighter than you, darker than me.
Okay.
Caramel. I'm not sure.
What's that?
He telling on his wife as well as other females.
Right there. Chalmers.
Going which way?
Well, we turned, onto Promenade from Chalmers. She was on the left-hand side.
Okay, but I can turn two ways.
Okay, right. So
coming from Harper or coming from?
Coming from Harper, you would make a right onto Promenade, and she would turn to the left.
Okay, so she's on the east side of Chalmers.
Yep.
And
Northeast side.
okay. Okay, I'm turning just right on Chalmers.
Right, correct.
Okay. All right. So, and she's on the left side. Okay.
Left side.
Is that give me a single family flat?
Single family home.
Brick.
Would, I believe, white. It might have some part, maybe the lower portion is brick, but I'm not sure.
You ever met Leno?
No.
Do you know who he is?
I just know the street, what the street say about him.
What do they say about him?
He's a dope man in the city. I know supposedly from the streets he owned some businesses on the west side. A couple things off 7 Mile. I can't be certain. I want to say a clothing store and a shoe store. And he's trying to start a rap career.
Is it a 7 Mile dog?
I wouldn't know.
Okay.
I
You're talking about West 7 Mile?
Yes, West 7 Mile. I would know. I know I've heard some of the vehicles he a BMW 645 IL Cadillac truck. I know a chick that's from the Midbury neighborhood that he messed with. Working on a car shoe drive.
Okay. Is Leon his boy?
Yeah, that's one of his boys.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a couple of names.
Okay.
Let me know if you've heard of these people.
Okay.
You killed Motorhead?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I have a question. It was to my understanding that AD and Motorhead, that one of them lived.
I believe one did live.
Okay.
That would be Motorhead.
Yeah. But
I did not know that Vincent Smothers was the one that killed AD and put that strap on Motorhead before Motorhead was finally killed. Hold on. Got the housekeeping. Yeah, I did not know that. So he was putting in a whole lot of work. Big stepper. Know what I'm saying? And he in there voluntarily. Okay, Dawson, I'm gonna ask you something. Okay. What type of shit is that, man? For real? When he was out here stepping on shit, walking shit down, you feel me? On a regular. You know what I'm saying? He walked down a few of my guys. You know what I'm saying? And to see him in this interrogation room just cooperating, dog, all that shit was all for nothing. You feel me? Them people could still be alive and not been killed at that hour. You feel me? Nobody gonna live forever. But this is the thing that I'm saying that the young guys need to see, man. These guys that y'all be hearing about and y'all want to take up and take it to the next level from how do it better than what they did and stuff. Listen to the end of their story. You can't just go off on the good part, hear the bad part to get an understanding of what you're getting involved in, man. I bet you none of them guys have ever thought that this would be who would be telling on them and implicating them in some bodies. Let them continue.
yes, I attempted to kill him. So.
Okay. You shot him and you shot
AD.
AD at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Noodles, you ever heard of this name?
I heard that name when this incident first came up.
Which incident?
The AD motor incident.
Okay, how did you hear that?
Through Leon, and I'm not sure if it was before or after, but he was saying that, like when everything came out, you know, some people might assume it was Reno, but they were beefing with a guy, named News that had been killed.
Okay. You ever heard of a guy named Black Will?
I've heard that name also, involved in the same situation.
Okay, named Willie Watson.
I wouldn't know Willie Watson, just.
Okay, that's his real name.
Okay.
Okay. He got killed back in '06. Now, I read that you said that you did all your shootings in '07.
I wasn't sure when this, there's so much stuff in my head. I thought some of them might have started in '06.
Okay. Which was the first one that you did?
You know what, I think Will was.
Will was?
I think Will was the guy on Stay Fair in I-75. I think that might have been his name, was Will. But like I say, I'm not certain. It's so many, you know, it was so much stuff.
Do you know when that was? With my I'll go check.
No, it was '06.
'06.
Yeah, because like I said, I was thinking all of it was '07, but you know, since I've been sitting and thinking about all this stuff, some of it started in '06.
Okay, do you know what order that you shot these people?
Yeah.
What was that order be?
The I-75 in State Fair was the first. The second was ADMO head transfer. I'm pretty certain the third was AD's brother. The fourth was.
Am I hearing this right? He stepped on AD and he's saying he stepped on AD's brother, dog. That's what it sounds like. He's saying somebody hit me up and let me know if I'm hearing this right. Those who are more familiar with this case. And any condolences, no, not any. My condolences to all the families that's involved in this that may have lost a loved one. I'm just regurgitating this content to see what really went on with this brother Vincent Smothers. You feel me? On all the things he did and done, and the things he ended up doing at the end of his video. You feel me? He tripping. You feel me? Part of the game is this.
Two individuals on I-94 and
Service drive.
Joseph Campo. Yeah, I-94 service driver Joseph Campo from Chicago.
Okay.
The next incident would have been the graveyard.
Graveyard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe the next incident was the officer's wife.
Okay. Okay, so you shot one guy on I-75.
Right.
Okay. You shot AG. You shot Carl.
Right.
Okay. You got two guys on I-94.
Right.
You shot how many people? You shot one person on Graveyard.
Yeah.
Okay. And you shot Carl's wife.
Right.
Okay.
It's something between, I believe, Graveyard and Cobb. A house off of State Fair in Hoover.
And what street?
One block over from Hoover.
Hoover.
Yeah. Oh, that was State Fair in Hoover.
Who was in it?
That was '07.
Did you hit somebody in there?
Yes.
Male, female, what?
3 guys, and I believe a female now as well.
Okay, do you know if you killed anybody in there?
I'm sure the 3 guys are dead.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
How about the female?
I'm not sure.
You know what that was about?
No, I think he talking about. Let me see. I think he talking about this right here. Can you elaborate on what happened on Raymond? Bring people up to speed.
So it was a spot, and 4 people got killed in the house on Raymond. 1 woman and 3 men. Yeah. So he so I look at him. I'm using the urinal, and I don't acknowledge whether or not I was the person who did it or anything. And what I did was I was like, oh yeah, saying just hearing, just agreeing that okay, I understand he heard that I was responsible for it. And so he was like, that's impossible. So I look over my shoulder at him because he's standing in the doorway, and I said, why you say that? He said his exact words. He said, we got the kid that did that. I looked at him. I said, impossible. He said, why you say that? I said, because I did that. Prior to this, I hadn't been willing to go down this road or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when a grown man locks up a 14-year-old kid for murder,
right?
He can't call him a man. He couldn't say, his natural instinct wouldn't allow him to say, we got the guy, we got the nigga, we got the man. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't say none of that. He said, we got the kid.
Knowing he got a child.
Kid, let me know that it was actually a child. And if anybody was around him, I say when he was 14 years old, he came off as a child. He got some learning defects. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That at that time, I don't know where he is now, but at that time, put him behind the 8 ball. I bumped into him a few times in the county, and he seems to be slow.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he acknowledged that or not is a different story. But I've had conversations with him. So so when I said impossible, he said, why? I said, I did that. He said, if you did it, you should be able to tell me something can't nobody else tell me.
Mm-hmm.
I said, the neighbor shot at me, and I guarantee you he never shoot at nobody else again in his life.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. You just need a concept and a way to record it. Here's how it works.
So once I said that, by this point, I'm standing in front of the sink, and he's directly behind me, and I'm looking at him in the mirror,
mm-hmm.
and I see in his face that he knew, without a doubt, that I was the person responsible.
His expression.
From that moment on,
his expression changed.
He never, 100%. He knew it. He knew. When I ended up, so I'm gonna get to it. So he never said anything else to me from that moment on. Not one single word. There was a point in time where he, through my whole court process, he got on the elevator with my lawyer, and he told my lawyer to tell me like. So
right there, we hear Vincent Smothers. We hear Vincent Smothers confessing to the 4 murders that he's telling the officer about when he first got arrested. Now, that interview I did was of him from last year. And I thought it was an honorable thing that he confessed to them 4 bodies. But now I hear him talking about the 4 bodies to the police, and he telling them who was involved, who helped him do it. Let him continue. Some real cold shit here.
Right now.
Okay. This was from Wayno, or
This
is straight
campaign.
Okay.
This is the guy he was getting drugs from.
Okay. What did you use here?
AK-47.
Okay, on Gravier you used AK?
On Gravier, no. On Gravier, I believe it was a 9mm, and if it wasn't, it was a 40 caliber.
Okay, you used a handgun.
Handgun. The only incident with the AK was Carl.
What did you use on AG and Motorhead?
2 handguns.
Were you alone here?
Yes.
Okay, how about I-75?
Alone, I used 1 handgun.
You know what caliber that was?
I believe it was a 6 hour 9mm. If it wasn't, it was a 6 hour 40. I know, I'm pretty sure it was a 6 hour. If it wasn't a 9, it was a 40. Like, them only 2 guns, but I couldn't, distinguish one caliber from the other on each incident.
How about, over there on,
One of them was a Glock. I'm not sure which, if it was 40 or 9. And I believe the second gun was the same 6 hour that was used in the first.
okay.
But I'm not.
Okay, on I-94?
It was 2 handguns. I believe both of them had been 9mm. One was a Glock. Glock 19, and I'm not sure what the second gun was, but it might also, I believe it also had been a 9mm.
State fair, the only thing you use was the AK?
And,
Yes. Okay, sorry. That's okay, just, making sure. You need to use the bathroom?
no, I'm fine. There was also a 45.
Were you alone here?
No.
Who was with you?
You-
I'm gonna talk to you about you, okay?
Okay.
Are you close?
To him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can talk, so.
Well, I mean,
I know.
You know, I see, that's part of your clip, from the pictures I showed you earlier, and I got some more pictures I'm gonna share.
Right.
But Nemo ain't never sat right with me.
Right.
Okay?
He never said right.
Same thing with his dad. When was the last time you saw Nemo?
A couple days before I got arrested.
Okay. I'm surprised Nemo's still breathing,
Okay.
because his dad actually believed that he had something to do.
Years dead?
Yeah.
Years dead?
Mhm.
Yeah, I know he's got strong feelings about that.
And it was all we could do, because we responded from the start.
Right.
Yeah. I see some bad things.
I saw him.
You saw him?
I saw him.
How did you see him?
Pictures.
Oh, okay.
I was like one of the first people at, downtown when he was missing.
Okay.
And they had pictures of a burned body.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen
I
burn that bad.
Yeah, I looked, based on the pictures, I pulled the scene up, and went to the scene and saw how bad the ground was burned, where he was at, and saw how bad the
I
vehicle.
mean, you talk about, did you go to the funeral?
Yeah.
Closed casket, the whole shop.
Yeah, and I gave a speech, and like I wanted to be the first person, I asked you for your remarks,
Mm-hmm.
and because that was my homeboy. That was, I got 2 friends. One of them older guy who, tell me all the right stuff, and kind of like a father figure. We used to work together, and I mean real friends. You know what I'm saying? Not no homeboy. Yeah. And the second one was Gear, and that was hard to take. And so I stood up and said, Gear he wasn't in this, you know what I'm saying? And I stood up like, well, everybody in here know what they've done and know what they're guilty of. I know, one day I'm gonna have to, answer for the things that I've done. But, Dear, he never messed over nobody. Yeah, he might have fucked somebody's girl.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of that.
Yeah, but in terms of, he never robbed nobody. He never stole from nobody. He never was in the dope game.
I'll correct you on that one later.
Yeah, I know a lot of the people down south, but I mean, in terms of, selling, like I said, we'll talk about it, but.
Because I mean, it seems like you've heard about, you know a lot of you. We talk to people.
Right.
That, okay, you got nothing to gain from telling us what we're doing, okay?
Right.
His people were like, they ain't saying a whole bunch.
Right.
And it was kind of hard to solve who did what
when they know
people
about
holding stuff back.
Right. But like I said, yeah, we definitely.
Let me ask you something. You sure? Because I'm going to be going to get some dinner after we talk. Bring me dinner back.
Okay. Fried shrimp.
Fried shrimp. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring you some fried shrimp back, man.
Dog. So for a shrimp dinner, he giving these police and clearing up all these, giving these, for a shrimp dinner, he giving the police all this information, clearing up all these unsolved cases, and helping them arrest people that they've been looking for on unsolved shit. They didn't know who was playing the part with him. Did he do it alone? Did he have accomplices? And he just clearly cleared that up for them and throwing these guys and giving the name. Look at the officer. He taking notes of everything, taking his time with him. He friended him. You know what I'm saying? You want something to eat? How you doing? You seem like a nice guy. All that. Y'all take notes of this shit, y'all. To go up against your ops, which is if you're in the streets, the police is your ops. So to go up against your ops, you got to know your ops, how they operate. You feel me? So you better take notes like they taking notes. They taking notes of how a criminal operate. By him opening up to them, they able to analyze each and every individual that fit this criteria of a killer or a big stepper, or however you want to label it. You feel me? But I'm gonna let him continue.
Give you a chance to take a little break. You want to stick with water, or you want something a little bit stronger?
Yeah, I guess I
No alcohol.
no energy drink, but I'll, that's your coat.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not in the water. And you know what? Cut. It's an attempted murder somewhere on this list. I couldn't tell you where. Another hire through beyond pain only. A guy he believed that was trying to kill him.
You know how long ago it was?
It was
Were you responsible?
Yeah, I was responsible by myself.
Did you actually shoot the person?
Yeah, I shot him a bunch of times. He just didn't die.
What, this time?
Yeah. And, like, man, it ain't a joke about it. Like, afterwards I said, 50 Cent blew up, saying he got shot 6 times. This guy got shot like 9 or 10 times. And from my understanding, this, like I say, it wasn't my intention. And I heard, through the streets that the chick that was in the car, got grazed or something, or maybe got hit. And I always feel bad about that part, because I try to make sure the situation never involved them. But like I said, I'm not about to, since trying to do nothing. Trying to get all this stuff that's unsolved solved.
When it's your time, it's your time. I've been around long enough to say, because I've seen people shot a lot of times. I don't know if I'm looking in the head.
To my recollection, I saw his brain. To my recollection, I saw it trying to be a skull missing. Like I said, I heard he lived.
It's just one this time.
Right.
Okay. Tell me how that one went down, so maybe I can try and find out where it happened.
It happened at, on, I don't know, that's kind of right there out of drive. Joe Randazzo's and shot in it.
Okay, that's 7 Mile and Outer Drive.
Right.
Yeah. That's Family Dollar there now. Was it Randazzo's there?
Oh, no, the Randazzo's, it's down where those apartments are at. They have it in those apartments. It was in a white Ford Focus.
Okay, we're talking about between 7 Mile and, no, actually,
I think that.
between Outer Drive and 7 Mile?
Right.
Okay. That's going to be on the west side of the street. As you go from 8 Mile down, it's going to be on the right, because there's nothing but...
It's on the left. If you're coming down...
Oh, okay. I got that wrong, because there used to be 2 Randazzos over there. You talking about the one off of, actually turns into State Fair. It's kind of up past the airport. Right. To 7 Mile.
Right, across the street from Randazzo.
Yeah, I know the apartments you're talking about.
Yeah, those apartments.
How many people were in that car?
2.
Male and a female?
Yeah.
Was he the driver?
He's the driver.
Okay.
I fired all the shots through the driver window. Okay.
You remember what kind of time of year this was?
It was
Warm out, cold out?
it was, maybe fall.
Okay.
So, because it wasn't like, warm weather, but I believe I had a hood on.
Okay. Okay. You shot one guy there?
Yes,
Did you know the name of the guy?
I believe his name was Will.
You said, or some sort of sig on that
I
one?
believe it's a 9mm.
Okay.
I'm almost certain. So, it was my understanding that Motorhead was in a federal penitentiary.
I'll find out for you.
Okay.
Now, you said you had 2 on there.
2 guns.
Yeah.
After that was the white Ford, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, no, it wasn't. It was Granger. Was that, yeah.
What was it that Lakari had?
On Granger, I had a 45.
What was it you had? 9mm?
9mm or 40. Yeah, I wasn't sure which one. I'm like 80% sure it was a 9mm. And the car had, I believe, 40.
State Fair and Hoover. You know when the white that came in between Gravier and Cobb White?
Yeah.
Okay. Did this happen inside the house?
Yes.
Did you go into the house or
Yes.
did you shoot from outside?
Went into the house.
Okay. Describe that to me. You know, State Fair and Hoover, coming up from 7 Mile to 8 Mile. Which side?
It's on the left-hand side.
Left-hand side.
It's on Runyon with the street.
Runyon?
Yeah.
So that's between Hoover and Gratiot?
Between State Fair and 7 Mile.
Okay.
Closer to State Fair.
We'll cross this out. Okay, what kind of house was this? Single family?
Single family.
Brick?
White, not brick.
Okay. What did you use on Cobb's White?
40 cal. That incident was in between Kyle's wife and the last incident you're right now. But this incident was after 5.
Okay. It's after,
Right here.
Great. Okay. You think you hit the female too?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know that I did.
Okay, so you got this between State Fair and Cobb or State Fair and Gravier?
State Fair and Gravier.
How many of these were for strictly Leon?
State Fair incident and the White Ford Focus.
Okay. Everything else was for Lano?
Yep.
Okay.
And, mine's Kyle's wife also.
Okay, State Fair and this one?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. What's made you tell on this?
I got a 3-week-old baby girl.
What's her name?
Kelia.
What?
Kelia.
Kelia.
Yeah.
Who came up with that?
It was my little sister's name. She was killed in 96. 98.
I'm sorry, you didn't have that.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Next door neighbor killed her in front of our house. You might, I don't know how long you've been working, but a homicide. It was Gratiot Harbor area.
98?
Yeah. April of 98, April 5th,
That's
98.
before I came down here.
She was shot in the stomach. Real quick, the story. My brother, around Christmas time, had broke into our neighbor's house. He was not living at our house. He was selling drugs, on the next block down for one of my cousins. For whatever reason, he broke in our neighbor's house around, like I said, right around Christmas time. The guy caught him, with stuff like that in the alley, beat him up. And my brother, a little, he soft. He, as soon as he got caught, he wasn't no fight, what I'm saying? He's smaller than me. So he caught him in the alley, beat him up. He got all his stuff. But he told him, you can't come back on this block, basically. The guy was older, in his 30s. So he pretty much kind of stayed away. Plus, my father didn't let him come to our house anyway because he was, selling dope. So, he, we didn't see him for a while, and every once in a while, he'd just stop by for like 5 minutes. And on April 5th, I wasn't at home, but he came by. You know, he was a pastor, riding with a guy. He got ready to go in the house. The guy next door was having like a little barbecue out there. It was like the first warm day of the summer, you know, April, you know, spring or whatever, you know, April. While he was on his way in, you know, so he was like, didn't I tell you not to come back on this block? You know, he probably had been drinking and, you know, wanted to show off in front of his boys or whatever. You know, my brother didn't pay him no attention when he went in the house. When he came back out, my little sister and my little brother came out behind him. Not, you know, not a shield, nothing. They were just, you know, happy to see him, whatever. He continued to walk across the street to get into the vehicle that, you know, he had came with, which was parked on the opposite side, you know, facing the right way, but on the opposite side of the street. So he had to walk, you know, walk in front of the van and get the passenger side. When he got to the, you know, the front of that van, he heard, you know, the gun go off. And she was standing on the grass that's between the curb and the sidewalk. My brother was right behind her on the sidewalk, you know, just behind the grass. She got shot in the stomach and bullet tore up, you know, everything from her.
What happened to this one?
He got 47 years. He was out, he was supposed to have a tail on his leg, but he had cut it off. Because in the summertime before this, he hit a guy over the head and robbed him. And like 8 or 9 hours later, the guy ended up dying. And so he was, you know, out on bond for like manslaughter. And, you know, just all this that happened. She was 18.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. I worked 5th precinct, but I lived at night, so. You're familiar with that? Where did you grow up?
Correction her. Yep, whole life.
That Nedberry area?
No, that's, I grew up
down by,
Shane in Mount Yeah, I didn't grow up in that neighborhood.
Now, what the officer did right there used the sentimental approach on him. You know what I'm saying? Got him to talk about some personal, sentimental subject and break him down further into like he friending him, like he confiding in him. So you know what I'm saying? And then he could get right back to him telling and shit on his motherfucking co-defendants and all that. This rat ass shit is the shame, man. The streets ain't what it is, youngsters. YNs, big steppers, hat collectors. This what goes on. Now, some of y'all running with a pack and running with your mans and saying, my mans will never do that to me. You think his mans wasn't saying the same thing before he did it to him? What makes you different? Oh, you special. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You special. Your man's special. He different. Let it continue.
That's where Pierre grandparents lived at, and that's where we played basketball at. And then later, that's where, you know, the dope house ended up being.
I'm going to wrap this up. I want to talk to you about the year and it's going to be something.
Okay. What I was saying about the hours, 3-week-old daughter, a wife, another daughter that, you know, a 3-year-old that I claim, you know, my wife's daughter. And I couldn't put them through a life on the run or the possibility of getting killed because, you know, once I, like, you know, college was the last thing, and once I made myself unavailable, all we had to worry about, if there was a price on my head.
Yeah, I read that. You tried to get out.
And so, you know, I always had, you know, I was always, looking over my shoulder, but I couldn't, you know, there wasn't no more going in the city and hanging out, and pretty much was a homebody, and I always had to worry about, you know, my wife was pregnant, I couldn't, you know, so I stayed out long enough to see my baby born. Unfortunately, you know, the day that I was arrested, she was in my arms. That was bad.
She healthy?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, have a 3-month-old in your arms and somebody got an AR-15 pointed at you.
Yeah, had a 3-month-old or a 3-year-old or a 30-year-old with somebody pointed a gun at you because you're like,
Yeah, and that was something I told my wife. Like, 3-year-old, she not biologically married. She my daughter. She only found out that she only found that her father, and her biological father, and nobody. And like when I was out of town, when I first found out I had the warrant, and and realized how much she missed me. Like that's gonna be hard because she knows she gonna miss me. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, in a couple of years, she might start to fade a little bit if she's not coming to see me and whatever. But right now, it's gonna be hard on her because I know for 5 days she wanted to speak to me every day. But to put them through that for running and all that for years, I just wasn't the right thing to do.
Now you do y'all YNs hear his regrets now on what he realizing and what he facing that he gonna be missing on the decisions he made to be a big stepper and stuff. Now the small things in life counting to him now. Now he's trying to figure out how to get wiggle his way out of it. That's why he's sitting in his interrogation room. You know what I'm saying? Real life to hit him face on, eye to eye. You feel me? Now he want to say, no, man, it was all I shouldn't have did it. The only time it's prescribed to worry about something in life is before the action. You feel me? So when you thinking about having that gut feeling and you butterflies going and you thinking about doing something wrong, that's the time you should be really wearing it. Because after you make the decision and act it out, ain't no worrying about it now because it's done. You can't go back and change it and rewind it and do it over. It's done. You feel me? So you need to weigh, before you make a decision, take time out to weigh it out, weigh your options out, and ask yourself, is it really worth it? You feel me? What you really about to get in yourself to if this go wrong? What's the outcome? It's like playing chess. When you make a move, you want to know before you make that move, what's going to be your next 3 moves and what's going to be the opposition's move against you. You feel me? So you can set up a defense for that. So pay attention to your circle around you, man, and know what you're getting yourself into before you make that crucial decision of jumping off that porch or stepping on something or standing over something. Let him continue before he close out.
you been allowed to use the restroom?
Yes.
Have you wanted for anything while we've been talking to you?
One.
Food, drink?
I'm fine.
No, I ask you, because I've read your other statements. Is there anything you want to put down by way of an explanation before I wrap this one up?
No, I don't want to. I mean, most of the people that I dealt with in the drug gangs, it's not that they had it coming or anything like that, but I never tried to involve innocent people. And the car being with me, to the toe, and then Kyle's wife, and it was after that.
I saw that last year.
After that, that was.
Do you want to put that down? That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi. Hey, my name is
Hello, Officer Brooks.
We met. We've already been introduced. When you're done with him, you mind speaking to me again? Okay.
What I'm gonna do is,
Hi, I know.
what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna give him a minute and I'm gonna talk to him. We're gonna go get him a shrimp dinner.
Okay, fine. And his wife is here again, and she's cooperative, so I'm gonna tell her.
I'll tell you what, if you want her to talk, I'll go give him some food.
Okay.
And come talk after.
Okay.
So he has a little break.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
You want something?
He buying?
Yeah, you buying.
Oh, you buying? He buying.
A motherfucking shrimp dinner. Can you believe that? He sold out for a motherfucking shrimp dinner and got his wife cooperating. If y'all don't wake up and get y'all a real hookup, you feel me? And stay the fuck out the way, because this was happening. Because the guy's a stepper and don't mind taking the life. Don't mean he willing to save your life. You feel me? It's every man for himself. It's the battle of the fittest. You feel me? He's stepping on shit and telling on shit. This is a dangerous individual. You feel me? With no motherfucking remorse. He ain't kicked out no motherfucking remorse to the victims.
Okay.
He reads better than me, he writes better than me.
Cut it out.
I mean, he looks almost better than me.
So you want, I'll wait till you're done, and we'll sit him and then I can speak to him, is that what you want to do?
Yeah, okay, is that okay with you?
That's fine, thank you.
I'm not trying to tire you out. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk to your wife, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
And, you talk to her, but I'm gonna come back and talk to you about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's somebody, I'm trying to bring something to this family.
Right, yeah, that's definitely something I definitely want to talk about.
I'm gonna put a couple things on here,
Okay,
because I don't have Nemo down, okay?
okay.
And Nemo, if we can't get him for Diego, you know, we need to put him down for something.
To be honest, I don't think it was him.
You know, okay? Well, we're gonna talk,
Yeah.
and you'll know some things about what happened that this family doesn't know.
Okay, okay. And anything you tell me, I will not, you know what I'm saying, like, it ain't going no further.
Okay.
So,
But yeah, I mean, you're a friend, I see you in the pictures, and, you know, that's your friend. I mean,
Did he just make a solid with the motherfucking police, saying that anything they talk about ain't gonna go no further than them? Now his alliance is with the motherfucking cops. Tell me I heard that wrong.
you care enough about him to put him on your body.
yeah.
So, you know, you hang around with his friend, but everything that came out in our investigation ain't quite right. That's when I told
Okay,
you,
yeah.
you know, like the pills down south and stuff, they were doing a little something up here.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Were you aware that he's supposed to have had $5,000 on it?
Yeah. And he had, I know the guy who he was dealing with, and so, he might not have had 5,000 exactly. He might have been like $1,500 short.
Okay.
But he had at least $3,500 on it for sure.
Nemo's name again.
Ernest Davis.
Ernest Davis?
Ernest Davis.
Okay. Okay, what was it he did on the running shooting?
He fired through the outside window, with the .45.
Okay. So you come in the house?
Yeah, he entered the house. Once we were inside, there was a female that ran to a back room. I left the AK up with him to secure the front, the front of the house. Went and told her everything was all right. That she didn't have nothing, she didn't have nothing to worry about. She was hiding under a bed, and did a quick search of the house.
Okay, what happened then? You guys just leave or what?
Yeah. I did a quick search of the house, came back upstairs, and we left back out the front door.
Where were you at?
Commander,
Okay, what was the part there?
around the corner.
Was the female injured?
She was laid out, so I would have to assume yes. While I was searching the house, I heard him firing upstairs, and I'm kind of certain it was a chick, laid out with the guy, but I really wasn't, locking in, but I'm pretty certain it was. I think it was two females, and one of them was the one under the bed, and I think the other one was laid out.
Did you check on that female again?
Yeah. Okay. The one under the bed or the one out?
The one that ran.
Oh, yeah, before I left, yeah.
Okay, she was still laid out?
She was, I mean, no, it's not the one that was laid, I think it was one laid out, and I remember talking to one.
Okay,
And she was, to my knowledge, uninjured. And, you know, after I went downstairs in the house, I came back up, and she was still, in the bed. And there was also a little boy in the house, and he said he was fine.
did you take anything from the house?
Yes,
What?
the .40 caliber that was used in Kyle's wife's murder.
Okay, that's it? No money, no nothing?
Yeah, some weed, some money,
About how much weed?
like a half a pound maybe. I don't know, I ain't really, you know, do nothing with it afterwards.
Kept it?
Nemo kept it, like,
And about how much money?
maybe $2,000.
Who kept that? Or you spread it?
I think we split it
Did Nemo bring his own gun?
to the 45 years.
What I want you to do, and this is all law, okay? I want you to read this because it's something you have to do.
Okay.
Okay. If you get to something that's not right, you see where I crossed this out here?
Right.
You get to anything that I crossed out, put your initials by it showing that you saw that it was there and it was crossed out so we don't add or, you know,
Change.
or subtract
Yeah.
anything.
Okay.
And you left a little space between a couple of times where you wrote something.
Right.
And what I'm going to do, I'm not talking about where you broke it down between the paragraphs,
Okay.
but right here,
All the indentions.
yeah, I'm just going to take and draw 2 lines through, and you just initial this, okay?
Okay.
And once you decide what you want to change or not, any corrections, we'll come back and we'll sign, okay?
Okay. You want me to read it aloud?
No, you read it to yourself.
You want me to sign each sheet as I finish them or
It's up to you, either way.
date them?
No, you have to date it.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you this picture, but when I come back up here, I'm gonna ask you to tell me who that is.
Ernest Davis. Okay, the picture.
That's Nemo?
Yep.
Okay. Now,
Maybe.
you want me to make you a copy of this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll bring that back.
I
You
took
can
all.
go through those.
I took this and that.
You want which one?
I took both of these.
Oh, you took both of them?
Yeah, these two.
Okay, so do you have these or?
No,
Okay.
I don't have.
Who are those guys?
On this one?
Yeah.
This is Marvell.
Okay.
This is Ernest Davis. This is Dier, and this is Dier's cousin. I can't think of his name, but that's his cousin.
Okay. Fries type? Coleslaw?
Price tag.
Okay. Hot sauce?
Yeah, and cocktail.
Okay. I'll send you right part,
Okay.
and, you just chill with them, I'll bring you food.
Okay.
You need to use the bathroom real quick?
No, I'm fine.
Boy will sell you out for a seafood dinner. There y'all have it. That's Vincent Smothers in the interrogation room giving it all up, man. That's wild. And I got a few interviews with him that if we go back and break down, I ain't gonna take up too much of y'all time. Hit that like, comment, and share button, and let it be known that it's a million stories out here in the urban community. This just but one. And we go get down to the rest stuff. And you feel me? And hit that, let the YNs know to check this out. This how big steppers in this new millennium doing things. You feel me? Of the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the generation way ahead of this time. You feel me? But it's just crazy, these some of the guys these boys look up to, think that they was honorable in the game, and then you come to find out they wasn't. These police leaking these interrogation videos, I applaud them for that, for one thing. You know what I'm saying? Get this out so these boys know what they dealing with and what they up against. The streets ain't what it is. You feel me? As you see a hitman, confessed hitman, big stepper with plenty bodies, plenty caps up under his belt, and he's sitting in an interrogation room, unsolving murders, telling on people that they didn't have no indication that had been involved in murders. He's unfolding everything, a tell law. You feel me? With that being said, this was the case on Vincent Smothers, Detroit Hitman. Hit the like, comment, subscribe button, share it. Let people know, like it, let people know to check it out. And I'm back. You know what I'm saying? The world stories to be jumping off. And for my true subscribers that's been rocking with me since I started this, tap in later on tonight. I'm doing another show, a special on some war stories. Did y'all know that the best friends had an ongoing out cold battle with the Pony Down? The best friend versus Pony Down, a big war that went on back and forth. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't one-sided. Pony Down had some hitters, as well as we very well know best friend was full of hitters. But Pony Down wasn't no slouches. If y'all want to hear that story, tap back in later on this evening. I'm giving y'all a nice story to welcome me back. And these stories go keep rolling off. I'm on to something. And don't forget to go check me out on the YouTube streets with my co-host, Dog Face, Baby Doll So Raw, That Girl Henny, Detroit Gossip, as well as Public Figure Boogie. Check us all out. Subscribe to our channels, like our stuff, and become loyal followers, and we go get this content out to y'all. So let me end this right now. I appreciate everybody for tapping in and being a loyal supporter of my channel. I'm back. I know I've been off for a while with the war stories, and y'all been on me. Y'all want to hear these stories that y'all ain't heard. Always know I'm gonna bring y'all stories y'all ain't never heard before. Y'all don't want to miss this best friend Pony Down war. Check me out tonight. I'm giving it up for y'all tonight. We're doing a double hitter. With that being said, I'm